All right, hey guys, it's Damon here from Unique Boutique, and it's Friday night. We finally made it to the weekend, and I'm doing a large sphere showcase tonight. We picked out a bunch we had sitting around, a couple of new that we just unboxed. This one has been sitting here for a while too. This is my personal one, but I figured I'd show you guys a bunch of spheres and see if anything piques your interest. So we're gonna start off with one off camera, which is this gigantic shell fossil. This is a that thing must weigh 2 pounds. It's I forgot the millimeter on it. It's 100 millimeter, probably something about that size. But yeah, it's a shell fossil. You can see in here. Let me find one. Like little shells in here. They're all been fossilized over millions of years. And yeah, they dig them up. They find a good section, cut them, and then polish them like this, and get this beautiful shell fossil sphere. There's also a coral fossil that looks similar to this, but this one has more of the shells in it. There's another one right here. It's actually a pretty good shell right there, you can see. Yeah, this is a neat stone. Again, this is a decent size one. I mean, I've seen them bigger. I've seen like huge ones of these, but this is a nice size, and it's pretty. It's got some cool lines in there, some cool patterns. There's a big part of a shell down here. This is actually almost, if it was open, to be druzy, because you can see it's kind of crystallized inside. But yeah, that's the shell fossil. Next, we got a pretty big fluorite, a fluorite sphere. I'm going to turn on this light here so you can kind of see, because fluorite's see-through. Nice blue color in there. Beautiful fluorite sphere. Yeah, this is another pretty big sphere, pretty heavy. Yeah, fluorite. We saw quite a bit of fluorite. It's pretty popular right now. Sometimes you see it just the blue like this. Sometimes you'll see it with the purple attached to it. People like the double color fluorite. This one's got some like yellowish white on the bottom. The top it goes from like super dark blue and bluish green to like a light ice blue up here. It's a cool stone. Next up, we have Ocean Jasper. This has been my wife's favorite for a while now. It's an interesting stone because it's jasper, but you get, well, this one's got druzy in it. You can see the little druzy there. But you get all these different color variations of jasper. And this one, there's purple, there's white, there's like a reddish in here, and then it goes into like a blue band. It's like Jupiter, it kind of looks like Jupiter. And then you have greens down here, and it's ocean jasper for a reason. It has an ocean vibe to it, but very pretty stone. This one, there's druzy up here too. This is all kind of sparkly. I don't know if I can get that. Let me zoom in a bit here so I can get this a little closer. See the druzy shining up there. Very pretty. And these are all for sale while they're in stock anyhow. If you contact us, then we don't have this exact one left. We can always get you another one. It won't be exact. No two stones are exact, other than this little shungite right here, which, I mean, it's not much. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but if you just let us know what coloration you're looking for, what patterns, yada yada, we'll make sure you get what you're looking for. But yeah, ocean jasper is really cool. Beautiful stone, cool patterns, very, very unique. Each piece is completely unique. They're no two alike. Some ocean jasper there. Next one is one that I haven't really seen. This is 1,000 layer quartz. It's really, really, it's like looking at a piece of, I'd say baklava or something with layers. You go to this side and it looks like nothing, snow, and then you start turning it, and as soon as it gets there, it just opens up in layers. It's just like sliced in there. And I've never really seen anything like this. I mean, it's been around, of course, but this is a really cool sphere that showcases that. Look, I mean, look at the bottom of it. The bottom looks like, I don't know, Mercury or something. I mean, it just looks like a, you know, empty planet. But then you turn it, and it's just like you can see almost all the way through the stone, like each and every layer. So it's neat how these minerals were deposited in here. You know, you get, oops, you get the that layer in there, and then it would be, you know, the clear quartz, and then another layer would form, and then clear quartz would form. It's kind of like a tree ring. You know, it's kind of like tells a story of like how old the stone might be. I don't know the exact age, of course, but you can make a guess. There's some red in here, and then there's actually a little rainbow right inside of there. If it might come out, yeah, there it is. A little rainbow in there. This is a really neat stone. Good to add it to a collection. If you don't have one of these, you really should have one. It's a conversation piece. I mean, again, I could just spin this in my hand and look at it over and over again to see the difference. Really cool. Next up, we have a quartz with phantom. I did a video the other day that had one of these in it. This is not the same one. The other one was smaller and a little less clear. This is much more clear. You could see the phantoms in there. You see that there? Kind of has like little, I don't know, faces and different planes that shoot off in different directions. In general, it's clear. I mean, it's a pretty optically clear quartz, if you can see in there, but there's very, very thin planes of this. I mean, I guess it's just air that formed in there as the crystal was forming spaces, and then it makes these little phantom looking things in here. It's really, really neat to play with. You know, you could find all different ones. Some of them do make little rainbows, like if you get there, look at that. It just you know, depending on how the light hits it and where it's being spun around, you get all kinds of interesting colors and displays in there. So these are really neat and not overly expensive. Next up, we have a malachite and chrysocolla. So this one is my personal collection. You've seen it before, most likely, if you watch my other videos. I keep it on my desk. It's just a really pretty stone. I love the green and then the blue combination. This was a special one. We actually bought this for a planetarium we were doing with stones. We still have it. This was going to be Earth. It didn't work out for our Earth, but still a cool stone nonetheless. So I ended up keeping it on my desk. But you get all the blues and, you know, the blacks in there. It looks similar to what I would expect Earth to look like. You know, these are kind of pricey for what they are, but it's a very cool addition to a collection. You know, here's a malachite one I have right here that you've seen before. I've done this before too, but you know, you can see the malachite in this one, but the solid malachite one is just all green versus this one with the blue in it. So it's nice to have a choice. Next up, we have a Carnelian. So this is Carnelian. Very deep reds and then bright yellows in here. A little bit of pink on the bottom here. And then this one's got a druzy in it, which is pretty cool. These smaller ones, let me see if I can zoom in a little more. There we go. These smaller ones. But got a little druzy right in the top there, which is unique for this. And it's, you know, you got the yellow here. You got the little bit of pink in the middle. And then here's all the dark red. It's almost like wine color in some areas, and then it goes into like a bit of a lighter orange. But cool stone. Don't see it. I mean, you see carnelian, but you don't see a ton of them in spheres, especially not with druzy. The druzy part's really neat. Something different. Next up, we have golden mica. So you're probably familiar with mica. You know, there you go. You see like the countertops and stuff, and some like the pieces that are like kind of feathered. They're lighter. This one's neat because it's actually really smooth. It's really polished, and it's very shiny, as you can see. It's got the yellows in there. It's got a couple of little rainbows here and there. Almost looks like shells, but it's just flakes of the mica in there, mixed with this like weird yellowish green. Get a lot of cool play with light, play on light here with this. Pretty low sphere. That's neat right there. It's the golden mica. Next up, we're going to go with the flower agate. So this is a flower agate. Actually, this should have been before the Carnelian, but hey, whatever. So this is a flower agate. Nice little piece here. There's a lot of different flower agate, different patterns of it. Some of them have like what looks like little flowers in them. This one, you know, it has the colorations and stuff for flower agate. And then there's a little shoot of like, looks like a paint streak here, but it's deep in there, so it's definitely not a paint streak. And then this looks like it's got a floating piece of white in there. It's really cool. It almost looks like somebody took a bunch of stuff and stuck it into like a vat and then stuck it in like resin. It's not, because this is, you know, this is agate, but it has that look to it. You know, it looks like things are set deep in there, which it is. It looks like almost like this is a plane of ice, and then this is water, like a darker, dirty water. And then you can kind of see down in the water some things peeking out. Like here, you got this little thing in there. There's a couple little druzy spots in there, if you can see in. A little bit of druzy, a little bit of sparkle in there. But yeah, it's flower agate. Next up, we have one that I'm going to try to show properly. This is rainbow obsidian. So it is black, 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 shiny black. You can see me in it, waving at it. But if I can get it on the right, well, if I can put it in focus, and then somehow get the light on it properly, you will see that there are actually rainbows in here. If you look at the bottom near my thumb, you can see like a couple of colors shining up there, like a reddish brown. And then I'm gonna spin it around. Apologize for the fingerprints, because it's hard to keep this stone unfingerprinted for a camera viewing. And it reflects literally everything. You can see my room and the camera and lights and everything. But so I'm going to try to get this on video, but it may not work out properly. There's some more right there. You can kind of see that coloration in there. So this is rainbow obsidian. It's a super neat stone, because just at first glance, you're like, okay, you have a, you know, solid black shiny sphere. But once you pick it up and start spinning it around and getting it there it is, getting it under the light, you notice there's actually colors inside of it. And it's hard to figure out how or why, but they're there. It's amazing that somebody actually noticed this when they were cutting it, and we're like, oh wait, let's turn this into a sphere right here. That's really neat. Again, it's really hard to show on camera, but I'm trying. So yeah, that's rainbow obsidian. Very neat stone, very different. Next one is a garden quartz, which is my favorite stone, but this one is probably going to my personal collection. My wife doesn't know it yet. She'll find out when she watches this video. But this one has golden healer in it, which is the gold stuff in here. And then there's our rainbows, which you could see popping out everywhere. And then there's black tourmaline in here. This is a super neat garden quartz. You can see the tourmaline there, shoots in there. It's a really, really cool piece. And then there's like see the rainbow down in there? There's like a piece in there that I want to try to show properly on the camera, but it just like shines like rainbow inside of this stone. And it's just sitting in there. It's not like there's like there are some planes up here you can see that are kind of rainbow, but there's just like a piece sitting down inside of the stone that is just flashing rainbow. And it's super neat. I love this piece. I didn't know we had it here, and when I saw it today, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on that, but I'm also keeping it. So sorry, but not sorry. But if you're looking for something like this, we can try. I mean, I'm sure more of it exists, but you know, we'll try to find something comparable to this. But this is definitely, look at all those rainbows in there, the whole top. They're everywhere. I mean, here's one on the bottom. If you see down here, it just pops. The whole thing pops with rainbows from the back. I mean, it even pops into the back of the stone. So really cool, really neat, really unique. So this is the keeper. And then next we have shungite. You know, unlike rainbow obsidian, I had this sitting around, so I just wanted to put it on here. But yeah, this is just shungite. It's a stone that's polished. This is about as shiny as you can make it. And it kind of looks like a hematite a little bit, but it's lighter than hematite, and it's black. Hematite's got like a grayish color to it, coloration. This is black. It supposedly has some interesting properties as far as like magnetism. It's not magnetic, but it like negates some magnetism and some radiation fields. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that. And you know, I'm not saying it's a mystical crystal, but I'm just saying that I believe it does actually have some properties that will make it negate some radiation. I mean, you know, lead will block a lot of things too. So, you know, it is definitely a scientific thing, but just a cool stone. You know, shungite's easy to get, tons of it around. And last but not least is the little citrine. So this is a citrine sphere, tiny one, but it is completely lit up with rainbows, as you can see here. There are just rainbows all throughout this thing. And I wanted to try to showcase it as best as possible, but it's a pretty little sphere where you get all these little planes in there shooting off rainbows. And this is one you could put on your desk and roll around and like literally stare at it for, you know, 15, 20 minutes before you go back to work or whatever you do. But look at that. Looks like some kind of angel in there or something. And it's so optically clear you can see the other crystals on the backside of it. It looks like there's crystals in it, but that's just a reflection of the bottom through the lens. So this is acting like a lens. You can see the bottom through it. Super pretty. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you liked the video. We're going to be doing another one with some towers. I'm going to try to get it posted up tomorrow. So if you're interested in towers, definitely like and subscribe. And you can see that video tomorrow. If you're interested in any of these stones to buy, please contact us. Our contact information is in the video description. And we'd love to work with you and try to find out, you know, what meets, you know, what you're looking for and put you in the right stone. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great night. Bye.